Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right, everybody. Now, today I decided, you know what, instead of doing a big stream, you know, one of the streams where it's like, oh, wow, we've got a lot to go through, I decided, you know what if I did the, I don't know, complete opposite and did a chill stream instead, which is, well, precisely what I'm going to be doing today. I mean, everybody loves the chill streams, probably, I'll bet. I have no idea. This is going to be one of the streams that I end up unlisting. Yeah, it looks like it's lag. Hello? Hello? I guess you'll have to refresh. Hold on. Refresh. Wait. I think it's working. Stream dead? No, it shouldn't be dead. I pushed the button that's, or sorry, I turned it off and on again, okay? So is it working or is it just lagging? Is it still lagging, chat? I'm actually really mad if it is. If it's lagging, that pisses me off. It should be. Alright, everybody needs to refresh. Refreshing, I hear, is the greatest thing of all time. Hopefully it works now, because if it doesn't, I'm gonna be very sad. I will not be a happy camper. Anyways, I think it's working now. If not, again, I'll be a sad camper instead of a happy one. But yeah, this is basically just a chill stream where I'm basically just chatting. I'm probably going to unlist it after the fact because it's a chill stream. OMG, it's a bottom. I am not a bottom. Shut up. You're a bottom. Probably, I'll bet. Yeah, with that being said, oh boy. I guess I'm glad that if it lags on any given stream, it's one like this and not like a super important stream where I'm covering the biggest drama ever or whatever and have to do a shit ton of preparation only for it to lag. So I guess if I'm going to look at it in a positive light, I guess there's that. Then again, I'd rather it just not lag at all, if I'm going to be completely honest. But yeah, I decided, you know what? I don't really have time or energy for a super long stream, nor do I have any material fully prepared. I mean, I do have some stuff for a video I'm working on. I'm not going to say what the video is, but what I will say is it's a kind of a big video project. That's all I'm going to say. There are a few people behind the scenes that know what it is, and that's about it. So it's kind of a secret because I don't know if I follow through with the video or not. It's going to be probably the only video of this specific style that I make. I guess in terms of it being more video essay-like, I guess that's not it. I mean, I might trend towards that, but there's a very specific topic regarding a very specific. All I'm gonna say is it's a big fucking video, okay? And you'll know it when you see it. It'll be really fucking obvious, okay? I'm not talking like, oh, it's like a decent video. It's like slightly larger than other stuff I've uploaded. No. We're talking big video. I'm working with other, not like massive content creators or anything like that, but it's something that requires a lot of research, and I'm excited about it. So that's something I'm going to be working on over the next few months, behind the scenes. Hopefully it goes somewhere. If not, that's okay. Maybe I just am hyping this up all for nothing, but that's probably not the case. What a lit show on the line, and tomorrow they have Taki's Atlantic call-in show, but tonight's show was full of stupid callers and Matt losing his patience. That truly is the chat message of all time, the Matt chessage of all time. Also, hello, Nifty Narfy. Hope you're doing well. I know I'm doing all right. Mod me? All right, yeah, sure. Because I think you're a mod in my Discord. So I'll add you as a standard moderator on the Femyoz YouTube channel. That's all I'm saying. Congratulations. Yeah, with that being said, hope you're all doing well today. Again, didn't really plan out any specific topics, so nothing here is going to be like super important, I guess, but it's going to be a chill stream, you know? Maybe I do a video segment. Probably not, but it's not impossible. But the main point of this is to interact with you guys, yes, so we can build our parasocial relationship together. the best thing of all time. Yeah. I also need better posture. Jesus Christ. It's a problem. We love interacting with you. Why, thank you. Your hair has gotten super long. It looks super cute as always. Why, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. I will say the long hair just keeps getting longer. I'm learning slowly but surely over time how to take better care of it. So you might notice a little bit of inconsistency. Sometimes it's a little dry. Sometimes it's like a little bit on the greasier side. Today it seems actually quite nice. It sort of varies depending on how often I use shampoo versus just conditioner versus both, and like how much I dry it. So like today, for instance, I dried it most of the way, but not completely. I think one of the issues is when I dry my hair completely to the point where it's like completely dry with like the heat all the way up, I think that might be part of the issue. Also, hello, Serates. Hope you're doing well. People tell me I'm cute all the time, but I don't feel cute. Honestly, I feel like, I mean, same. Okay, sometimes I do, but like a lot of the time, I experience exactly what you experience, where it's like the compliment feels really nice, but then you get a little bit of cognitive dissonance. Also, hello, Jalen. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, no, I think Jalen experiences what you just described. The people tell me I'm cute all the time, but I don't feel cute description. Something that Jalen has definitely experienced. Thank you, Femyoz, same to you. Of course, and thank you very much. Look, hey, looking cute. Hello, Ronnie Briggs. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to do a little bit of a shorter stream that I end up unlisting after the fact, just because it's not like a super important, oh, here's like all of the drama in the world. Oh, big spooky drama that everybody needs to see. It's more of like a chill stream where like the people that really care about whatever it is I have to say, that want to watch whatever I mean, it's not like it's bad content or whatever. It's just like more of like a, you know, if you're a new viewer or whatever, you might not be as interested type of thing. Or if this shows up in somebody's recommended, it's like, you know, you never know with these types of things. People who compliment me are lying. No, they are not, Jalen. That is objectively wrong. Also, hello, Yuko Ichigo. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm notoriously very good at pronouncing names, and I also just noticed that there's 11 concurrents, but only 3 likes. Chat, can we fix that? I mean, this is important. You know, we got to promote this algorithmically while it's live before it gets unlisted. You know, so that people can, you know, build their parasocial attachments. If you know what I'm saying. How else am I supposed to be successful? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, oh, all right. I see it's going up. It's going up. That's good. That's good. We're up to 12 concurrents. If we can get 12 likes, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you want to support the channel, even if it's just slightly, you know, you don't even have to donate. You can just smash like, and that promotes me algorithmically. But if you do want to donate, Streamlabs link in the pinned message and in the description below. It's the first link, of course. If you want to help a small streamer like me make my dreams come true, I'm just saying. Hey, Femyoz, I sent you something on Discord. Also, I like Jalen. She's fun. Based. Bruh, Keffels is doing daily uploads to squeeze every last drop of revenue she can get before her career is annihilated by Muda and other people. Other people? Oh boy. Isn't that interesting? You know, I'm not going to allude to who one of the people that might ruin her career might be. But I did allude to a big video project that might be in the works. It might not. It might not. I might not follow through with it. That's why I'm not saying anything specific, because I don't want to set myself up where everybody's disappointed. But there's a big video project. That's all I'm going to say. And it is interesting because I do know of at least one individual that will likely upload a video that, if nothing else, permanently tarnishes Keffel's career with some new information, some old information, some very heavily researched stuff that some people might not know about. But I guess that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Keffel's is stupid. Is it just trans girls here in the chat? It is definitely disproportionate in terms of the amount of trans girls. My birthday is next month, and Granny's going to be 24. Well, god damn. Happy birthday in the future when it happens. But yeah, My rule is that if is that you have to make me laugh, then you get a like. Oh, so you're gonna put me on the spot. You're gonna put me on the spot, hey? Is that how it is? So I have to tell you the funniest joke of all time. I hear. Fembro, this is not fair. I'm a woman. Women aren't funny. How am I supposed to get you to smash like when this is my 9th month on HRT? I don't have the ability to be funny anymore. Okay? If I'm a real woman, then it's the case that I have lost the physical capacity to say things that are of any comedic value. Okay? My value is in the fucking kitchen now, okay? I make men's sandwiches, okay? That's my role in life. I'm not a trans girl, just a femboy on HRT. Yeah, I guess there's some of that too. You got the femboys, you got the transfems, and the occasional cis dude or cis girl. You know, it is definitely disproportionately trans girls and femboys over here, which is why we love this community so much. It's so awesome. I unfollowed her and she still follows me. Who, Keffels? Yeah, I don't know. Keffels doesn't follow me, sadly. I still follow her on the sole basis of wanting to keep up to date with the Keffels lore, not because I like her, but just in case there's something that's worthy of archiving, you know, just in case, you know, she contradicts herself for the 5 trillionth time or says something disingenuous. You know, 9 month, that's so cute. I'm going on 8 years, Lamau. I started at 16. Well, congratulations. On going on 8 years. Damn, 9 months is cute. I see. Okay, all right. Your birthday is next month, Femyoz. I don't know. My birthday is a secret. That's all I'm gonna say. Nobody knows what my birthday truly is. I have alluded to certain days that aren't actually my birthday, but not trying to dox myself by any means. The less information people have that's very personal to me, the better. Though I will be somebody that I don't know, people have a general idea of my age. Like, for instance, right now I'm 19, or am I 20? Who knows? It's truly a mystery. But yeah, I try to keep that as vague as possible. Anyways, I'm going to bed. I'll keep stream open anyways. Sent you a fit check. Oh, you sent me a fit check. Would you like me to show it on stream before you sleep? And if you want, I mean, I don't feel weird about people listening to my streams as they go to sleep. I mean, I do this with other people's content, so it's not like a do it, all right, bet. You have told me to show it on stream, therefore I will be showing your outfit on stream. Oh my fucking god, why are you so goddamn hot? This is not fair. What the fuck? Okay, so for anybody that's wondering, god damn, they're fucking hot. God fucking damn. Femboy on HRT for almost 8 years. The 8 years on HRT part is really fucking showing. Jesus Christ. I am so goddamn jealous. I mean, not... Oh my god. Is that a real person? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm stuck at work. My condolences. Mommy indeed. Jesus Christ. Not even lolly, boring, gay. Yeah, too bad. I guess Flamenco wouldn't be interested. Yeah, I'm a real person. Well, yeah, I would assume so. But like, goddamn, you're fucking hot. Dude, if I could look even remotely close to that good. I mean, hey, not that my outfits are bad, but goddamn. In comparison to someone in chat, like, I can't live up to that. I can try. I can get 1% of that maybe. Who knows? I mean, I can even do a little spin. But goddamn, why are some of the people in my chat so fucking hot? Oh my god, not fair. Hello, Batowcrafter. Welcome to the stream. You're a goddess, Femyoz. Why, thank you, Nifty Narfi. I appreciate that very much. But yeah, smash like. I just noticed there's still a couple less likes, few less likes than concurrence, okay? Doesn't go unnoticed when people smash like. I'm just saying. I see you. I know you right there didn't even smash like. Come on. What's going on here? What's going on here? We gotta have as many people see the chill streams as possible before it ends, before it gets unlisted, and therefore not promoted by the algorithm. Simply because I don't want it to fuck my channel. If I could leave it public without it like fucking with my backlog of content, I guess you could say. Not backlog of content, but you get the point. Like the I guess the, I don't know. Oh, wrong button. This one. I was like clicking. There's like a scene selection. I just don't. Normally I just use hotkeys. Well, this feels weird. Is this what other streamers do? Oh wow. Zoom in and then. Oh god, that's awful. Thank God I'm not other streamers. I'd fucking jump off a cliff. Jesus Christ. Me sneeze? Hell yeah. Dude, sneezing is so based. I have a backlog coming out right now. Parentheses, I'm pooping. Thank you for sharing the shin pin. That was awesome. I appreciate your input. What have you been up to? Oh, mostly just, streaming, school, etc. College is what it is. It's something I have to do. I was, doing college stuff today, actually. In fact, not that long ago. Like, right before I was streaming, I was doing college stuff. So, yeah. Also, hello, Kevin. Hi, bro. What is this? It's just a chill, just chatting type of stream. It's a stream between me and you, the audience. Yes, the beautiful people watching this. Indeed. The reason you might not see this if you go to the past live stream section is the just chatting streams are more chill, so I end up unlisting them, whereas a lot of my other streams are very big event, ooh, this is part of the big podcast thing or whatever the hell. Not that this isn't listenable as a podcast, but it's ooh, this is stuff you really don't want to miss. Whereas the chill streams like this, for instance, are it's preferable if you don't miss them. Don't get me wrong. It's good content still, but everyone's chilling and technically Femyoz is in my bed. Oh, that is true. That is true. Technically, if I'm on your phone in your bed, I am technically in your bed if you really think about it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's fuck. I guess if you really think about it, lots of YouTubers have been in my bed. Ones that I like still to this very day. Some that I no longer would want anything to do with. I'm just saying, there's some YouTubers where it's I have Femyoz on my toilet. Fair enough. I mean, hell, I listen to YouTube when I take a shit sometimes as well. Buck Angel is so cringe. He truly is the human being of all time. Sent you another something on Discord, but yes, good night. All right. Shannon, why are you asking random people in chat what they think of Lolly? I think most people here are probably against it. Am I allowed to show this on stream? This might be... I mean, you're really fucking hot. But oh my fucking god. Holy shit. God damn. Good night, fellow bottom. Have a good stream. Good night, Yuki Ichigo. You can show whatever. There's one that I will show where you look cute as fuck. But there's one where it's might be a little bit too sexual to show on stream. But, actually, you know what? I don't think it's TOS. You're not, naked or anything. So, I'll show this as well. Fuck it. This is okay. This is an adult viewer. Is everybody here an adult, okay? If there's anyone that's watching this that just so happens to be a minor, fucking click off, okay? This is there's a reason we unlist these streams. Just don't show it. Okay. One in chat if you want. Lyreoz. Jalen, you're not a minor. Shut the fuck. Okay, look, but okay. To be fair, if I explicitly say, chat, look, Jalen is basically a minor. Why is it the people, and it's people in chat that I know aren't minors. This is how you get Giga canceled. Yeah, because Jalen is, because people, I should not have asked. You know what? No, you guys don't get to see horny content then. Since you guys are gonna lie and say that you're minors. When I literally know, I know you, Jalen. You're fucking older than me. I'm 92. Jesus, yeah, and it's like, I know you're bullshitting, but Femyoz is grooming us right now. Fuck you, Jalen. Fuck you. Oh my god. By being mega down bad. Okay, normally it's chat that's mega down bad for me. They're missing out on the cattail. Yeah, they are missing out. Jesus Christ. But hey, I mean, I can't push them. If Jalen says she's a minor, I guess there's not much I can do to counter that argument, even though she's in her 20s. You fucking bastards. But yeah, oh man. Oh wait, I'm actually 18 now. Oh yeah, there you go. You're not 18 either. You're fucking older than me. Fucking cunt. Jesus Christ. Y'all are babies. Yeah, for real. It's specific, but that's the thing, is it's specifically people who have explicitly told me they're adults, and then they're fucking saying, "Oh, actually, I'm actually not an adult anymore, just because I want to fucking troll you." This is what you guys get for trying to troll me. I'm 4,799, or 4,795, so that's well into my adult years. Damn, you're pretty old. I'm edging right now, please show. I like older people because they are sexy and they think I'm cute. People my age and younger think I'm sexy, like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, you said you were 25? 24, 25? How old did you say you were? I have a terrible memory. Like, mid-20s, I think. You said you were like 24 or 26 or some shit like that. 24, yeah. You're one of those Femyoz schooners? Indeed. Just joined the stream. What did I miss? Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Don't fucking worry about it. People in chat trying to troll me, but at the end of the day, I get the last laugh as per usual. I always be getting the last laugh. It's just like that. I'm just built different. Can't go anywhere without being judged, for real. Hello, Hoopty Scoopty. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to one of the few unplanned, literally just chatting streams. I would encourage all viewers to like the stream. Abso-fucking-lutely. Hoopty Scoopty spitting straight fucking facts. Like the absolute legend they are. You should smash like. Again, 17 concurrents, only 12 likes. I know there's at least 5 of you. I see you through the fucking computer screen. In fact, there's actually 20 of you. I see through the computer screen. Yeah. 20 concurrents. 13 likes. Femyoz gets the last laugh. Because now they're keeping the cattail to themselves. Yeah, for real. This is Jalen's fault for saying she's a minor when she's in her 20s. We just can't have good things. That's the thing, though, is like, okay, like, when it comes to streams, it's like, okay, how do you even go about, like, an NSFW stream? Because that's the thing, is, like, on my channel, there are very explicitly, like, basically 18, like, it's basically 18 plus. Like, they're not age restricted, but, like, I would heavily discourage minors from seeking out that content, right? Because it's like, here's the thing, if you make a stream or a video 18 plus, in terms of like it just fucks it algorithmically, right? We need to get Tipster to investigate if I'm a minor or not. But then okay, yeah, actually, you know what? I agree, because he'll say whatever the opposite of the truth is. So if he says you're a minor, then you're an adult, and if he says you're an adult, then you're a minor. Okay? Because Tipster always has the wrong opinion when it comes to that type of stuff. I find your content pretty wholesome. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, I mean, a lot of it, I wouldn't say it's wholesome either though. Like a lot of it, fuck. That's the thing is there are publicly available thumbnails on this channel that are arguably more explicit than the thing I'm not showing, right? In fact, it's some of my most popular content. Like, make me your femboy servant. 1.4K views as a past live stream. Literally, that's the thumbnail, right? So I guess at this point, you know what? That's like, I guess I can show. Considering past content I've uploaded. Holy fuck. All right. Okay, I guess in general, I make chill, more adult content anyway, and I have uploaded adult content in the past. So, that being said, you better be a fucking adult if you're watching this. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. If you're not, leave. You're not allowed here. You shall be banished. Okay. Yeah, this is the image. Okay. Fuck me, dude. I hope if this is goals, okay? When I'm 24, I want to look this good. Holy fuck. Why does Michael Knowles look like he's trying to make his voice sound deeper? Probably because he does. AI generated? No. No. This is a real Twitter account. I'll even promote the Twitter account. Cause holy fuck. Hot ass motherfucker. Jesus Christ. If anyone's wondering who this person is, they have an 18+ Twitter account. I'm following them on Twitter. Feel free to, if you want to see more epic content like that. I'm just saying. He, they pronouns. Damn. The he pronouns are in massive air quotes. You're getting no one's getting baited. People call me a child because I was born in the 2000s. That's like saying I'm a child. Like I'm not. I'm 19. Femyoz grooming the minor fans once again. Jesus fucking Christ. I did not know femboys take HRT, but wow, yeah, I mean some of them do. Some of them do. Like you, for example. I mean, you're younger than me. What the fuck? Why? Yeah, that's the thing is like most of my audience is older than me, so your gooning is gonna get you canceled, dude. I'm telling you. Look at okay, no. The problem with Tipster is that he was like defending fucking actual like lolicon. I mean, that wasn't his intent, but that is basically what it came across as. And I mean, inadvertently, he basically was. It's like, oh yeah, I didn't look at what was in Vosh's folder, but guys, it definitely wasn't lolicon, even though you can look at it and tell. And also the Shadman drawing of the girl that's missing a fucking tooth and wearing braces. Yup, nope, definitely not lolicon, right? Where that's like, okay, that's a bit yikes. I feel like I've always been pretty transparent about the fact that like I heavily discourage minors from watching this type of content. Like just because I don't fucking age restrict something to fuck myself over algorithmically doesn't mean that I think that, oh yeah, this content is for everybody. I have braces, what the fuck bullshit. No, you don't. Also, braces and a missing tooth, and it also looks fucking young, and Tipster's defending that, saying, no, it's definitely not lolly, and it's like, fuck off. You have the most perfect face and the most perfect teeth ever. Do I? I don't think I do. Thank you regardless. Femyoz isn't a bro. Very irresponsible and toxic of you to misgender a neurodivergent trans minor. Yikes, my dude. Yeah. As a neurodivergent trans minor with the big autism and what else does Keffels describe herself as? With PTSD, ADHD, autism, and depression, and all of the other mental illnesses, and fibromyalgia, and psychomotor retardation. You know, I cannot believe you would say such a thing. I don't think I don't think Kris is a pedo or knew it was lolly, but you can defend them without saying what's clearly lolly isn't. Yeah, literally. Like, you could literally just say, oh, like, Kris Tyson was just being a fucking edgelord and was saying shit to be controversial. Like, there's a good chance that Kris Tyson didn't actually fucking buy the artwork and was just saying that to fucking make people mad, right? Like, that would be the defense, is like, oh, she's just fucking saying shit to be controversial, right? Is there any actual evidence that she bought it? Or did she just say that because it was controversial and a funny thing to say? Obviously, it wasn't funny, but considering the fact that that's where comedy was at the time, I wouldn't put it past somebody, right? Sent you a clarification on Discord. I have literal braces because I lived in Japan until last year, so it's normal for adults to get them. Okay, that's fair enough. But it wasn't just the braces. Like, if it looked like Belle Delphine or like an adult that looked like... If it looked like a fucking adult, okay? If there weren't other variables at play that made it look like a child, it would be like, okay, it's a Belle Delphine type, okay? Maybe it was literally of Belle Delphine. I mean, that was Tipster's defense. But the proportionality made it look like a fucking child. It looked like a kid. It looked like a child with a missing tooth and braces. It's a drawing of a kid. It's a kid. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not just one single variable, right? So if it was like, whatever, it's a drawing of somebody with like small titties, but like they look like an adult in every other regard. Okay, fair enough. Fine, whatever, right? But if it's a combination of small or non-existent titties, and they're also assigned female at birth, and also they have braces that are missing a tooth, and also they have a head that's way bigger than the rest of their body, and it's just like a fuck ton of things that give it away, right? It's not just one specific attribute. It's an accumulation of different characteristics that make it obvious as to whether or not it is or isn't something. Now if there's a drawing of a character that has one characteristic like that, but the rest of them are fine, or they have a couple, then it's like, okay, now we've gotten into some gray area. But there are so many instances in which it's so fucking obvious. And it's like, how does somebody like Tipster just fucking ignore that? How does somebody like Tipster look at that and say, oh yeah, no, that's, I don't, like, I guess maybe some people categorize it that way, but I don't know, it looks like an adult to me. And it's like Tipster could be looking at an image of a fucking literal drawing of an infant that still has its fucking umbilical cord, and he'd be like, well, you know, I know it has its fucking umbilical cord attached to it still, but like, you know, it could still be an adult. You know, like, what if it's like an adult that like has like a really long outie belly button? It's like, no, shut the fuck up. It's an infant. Like, what are you? Oh, it's like a small bald man with a growing disability. No, shut the fuck up. It's a fucking infant. Like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking weirdo. Like, that's the type of shit Tipster would defend. But yeah, if it's Shadman art, it's definitely not someone who's an adult. To be fair, there was like a lot of people that were like supporting Shadman at the time as like a free speech issue. So if it's the case that Kris was like jokingly saying, oh yeah, wow, what a great piece of art, I'm gonna go fucking hang that up on my wall as like a joke, but she didn't actually do it, I feel like that'd be like the one defense of her, right? Is, oh, okay, she was being a fucking annoying ass edgelord, right? Because it was like a super common thing to like defend Shadman as like a free speech issue back then. So it makes sense that people would have made distasteful jokes about it at the time without really meaning it, simply because it was like a popular thing or whatever the fuck, right? So I could see that being the case, but to say it's not obviously lolly, it's like, but it clearly is, right? The only reason people were defending him, and this was a shittier reason, but it was their reasoning nonetheless, is they saw it as like a free speech issue. But the reason that didn't hold up is because he was drawing explicit photos of children that exist in real life. So he would take somebody like LT Corbus, who was a literal fucking prepubescent child at the time that was a public figure, and he would draw sexualized depictions of this literal fucking child, where there's no ambiguity as to whether or not it's a child, it looks like a child, and it also depicts a literal child, and everyone fucking knows that. And B, there's a clear and unambiguous fucking reason as to why that shouldn't be allowed on a platform. And this is going to be one of those instances where when it comes to lolly and shit like that, I feel like platforms should use their ability to censor shit, to explicitly say no to lolicon, right? That's not something I would necessarily want the government to step in and say, no, you can't do that, because I'm not a big supporter of the government censoring shit unless it's like explicitly like, okay, this is explicitly like actual CP or shit like that, right? But like when it comes to like lolly shit, I think that's something that every social media website should be censoring. And if social media websites don't censor shit like that, I feel like that's up to the public to say, hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? And holding a company to account for that, right? Not in a way where it's like, oh yeah, it will have it just censor sex stuff in general, because obviously there's like a line you have to toe to make sure that like, okay, we want lolly stuff to be not available on Twitter, for instance, but we also don't want Twitter to censor any of like the good stuff where it's like clearly adults and whatnot, where it's like they play it too safe or whatever the fuck, right? You want to make sure that they can find that good balance, I guess. Main thing is that everyone tolerated Shadman because it was, quote, free speech, and lay epic edgy, like mainstream commentary YouTubers just laughed at it. So I think singling out Kris is fake and gay. Yeah, literally. Like it's just a bunch of virtue signaling bullshit, right? Not to say that it was okay for Kris Tyson to say that or whatever the fuck. Like, I think it's probably too far, and I don't think it should be treated like a joke. But you have to keep in mind that everybody was making light of it at the time because it was mainly seen as like a free speech issue. So in terms of the way Kris Tyson would have seen it, it would have been like, yeah, okay, this is like a free speech issue. It's like, yeah, this is like degenerate shit, but I'm gonna make fun of it because it's not like serious enough to need to be censored, right? That was like the main fucking perspective at the time, right? So it makes sense that a public figure would have, as a joke, said, oh yeah, wow, what an amazing drawing, Shadman. I'm gonna fucking hang that shit up on my wall, where it's like obviously a fucking joke, right? But if you take it out of context and you genuinely believe, oh, okay, she actually fucking bought that. And there is a non-zero chance that genuinely happened, right? There's no way of knowing for certain, but as far as I know, and as far as, unless there's information I'm not aware of, it seems to be the case that it's plausible, if nothing else, that it was a joke, right? So Kris Tyson has plausible deniability. Not that they're above criticism, but that I don't have any reason to believe that they would have been doing this because they're sexually attracted to children, right? Like, I wouldn't label her as a pedophile. Why did you just start talking at 2 times speed? What are you talking about? I always speak at this speed. Wasn't Kris associated with the clown person who the giggly goon clown? That could be the case, but A, I'm not a big fan of guilt by association, and B, this is especially going to be the case when, again, you might not know somebody is predatory when they are, right? It could be the case that oh, okay, Kris Tyson just vaguely knew about this person, maybe potentially, but didn't know about shit. If Kris was associated with that clown, fuck, then he for sure isn't innocent and is probably a pedo. Who, Kris? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to do the guilt by association bullshit, right? Like, I'm not, again, if you don't know, you don't know. If it happens over and over again and it's like, wow, okay, Kris Tyson magically just so happens to associate with every single pedophile under the sun when there's like a shit ton of evidence that they're a pedophile, and they do it while that's the case, and okay, maybe then you get to start to paint a picture. But if it's like, okay, it was what, one most likely a fucking joke saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking hang that up on my wall in response to disgusting Shadman art, and then the other is, oh, she associated with somebody else that's not enough for me to say, oh, yep, she's definitely a pedo, right? That's not going to be my standard of evidence. That doesn't even paint a picture that has the preponderance of evidence for me, let alone guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, right? So it's not even Kris was associated with someone that was associated with the Goon Clown. Okay, if we're literally just doing guilt by association, that's fucking bullshit. That would be like saying Mr. Beast is a pedophile, or not Mr. Yeah, or whatever, or saying that at that point everybody's a fucking pedophile, right? If you're associated with somebody that's associated with a pedophile, like that's such a stretch. And like, again, at that point everybody's a pedophile because you're associated with somebody that's associated with a pedophile, which makes you a pedophile, which means everybody that's associated with you and everybody that's associated with those people, everybody becomes a pedophile if that's the standard, right? And if everybody's a pedophile, then nobody's a pedophile, which means that the term pedophile no longer serves any fucking utility, which means that we would have to come up with a new term to describe actual pedophiles in order to make sure that, oh, okay, we got to keep them away from children, right? We got to make sure there's some fucking standard, right? No, you just become a lot faster. It's good, though. Sometimes you talk really slow. Yeah, and that's going to be that's the thing about me, right? Is a lot of times I'll start out slow or whatever the fuck, right? Where I'm just getting started. I don't really know what I'm going to say, but then we get into a specific topic and then I get real fucking passionate. And that's part of why I'm entertaining, right? And that's why, like before a lot of the streams where it's like, I'll do a good amount of research, even if it's just like 30 minutes to an hour of like preparation. Like I'll still prepare beforehand just to make sure that like I know what I'm talking about and can start by talking about shit where it's like, oh yeah, I'm talking faster right off the bat just because I've prepared and whatnot, right? So within the first minute of the stream, I'm talking this fast, even as I'm setting up the live stream. Whereas a stream like this, I start out kind of slow and then I get really into whatever fucking topic it is, even though it's like a shorter stream and whatnot, right? Just because I need to be entertaining. Only thing I'd call out Kris on is buying the Shadman art. Do we have evidence that she actually fucking not only bought it, but also, like I don't even know if she bought it or if she was just saying that as like a shit post, like, oh yeah, nice art of this fucking child, Shadman, I'm gonna fucking hang it up on my wall. Or maybe she bought it just to fucking do just for the sake of the fucking meme. Again, there's no way of proving her guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, right? We can't assume that she's a pedophile, right? If it's the case that Shadman was being defended by commentary people for the sake of free speech, then it makes sense that a bunch of edgelords would be like, oh yeah, like, oh, it's actually based that they make this art, right? Where it's like this semi-ironic, like, not as in like they're actually into the art type of semi-ironic, like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I was into that, unless, but it's like a disaffective, like, it's like a disaffected, like, who gives a shit if this is the art they post, you know, I'm gonna fucking hang it up on my wall to own the libs type of thing, right? Where it's like shitty, right? And it's something that she can be criticized for if that's the case, even if she didn't buy it, right? She's not above criticism. But to call her a pedophile over that is a little bit of a stretch. Like, I don't think that there's any evidence to suggest, there's not strong evidence to suggest that she's an actual pedophile. Now is there, now you could say, oh, well, that is evidence, it's just not strong evidence. Oh, it's like, okay, shut the fuck up. You sound like flamenco right now. That's like a flamenco tier argument of allegations are evidence. It's like, yes, technically it's evidence, it's just really weak and not enough evidence to come to a conclusion, so shut the fuck up and shove a dildo up your ass, you dumb motherfucker, type of thing, right? Yeah, anyways. Oh yeah, Tom cleared it up. He went over it too quickly and didn't clarify, so I missed that detail. Lolly comments and chat is still I'm not saying it's not bad, right? But it doesn't prove that somebody's like a PDF file, right? That's part of why I'm really entertaining. Stop saying things like this. Stop, you autistic little gremlin. It's cringe. Is it cringe when I say that I'm entertaining while being entertaining? Is that cringe, or is it just like an objectively correct assessment of myself? Because I think it might be the latter, but who knows? It could be both. I don't know. Look, I feel like I have a right to have a massive fucking ego, okay? It's part of what makes me entertaining, okay? It's the you know, if I'm gonna be Vosh but better, you know, it's like you gotta play it up for the camera a little bit, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It's not a stretch, you're being too charitable? I don't think so. Like, I'm you have to keep in mind that if people, the sense of humor at the time was, let me think of the worst thing I can possibly say or do, and then say or do that thing. That was where humor was at. You have to be looking at this through the context of where internet humor was. So if the goal is to be as fucking outspoken and edgy and controversial and say the worst thing you can possibly think of, that was the sense of humor at the time. Like, obviously now, nobody would fucking make that type of joke, right? But if everybody makes jokes like that, then it makes sense that, okay, yeah, somebody is gonna say some shit, right? I don't think that that's too out there, right? Holy shit, what does this world become? I mean, I would argue that if anything, the world's gotten better, right? Like if somebody were to do that today and say shit like that today, like there would be, like, nobody would get a pass, right? People know that you just don't say shit like that, even as a joke, right? You don't joke and say, oh, wouldn't it be really funny if I was actually this disgusting pedophile, and like alluding to that type of shit just for shock value, right? Like, people don't make those types of jokes anymore. And I would argue that that's for the better. Not that I think humor should be policed, but it's just better to not allow for that, because that allows actual pedophiles like Flamenco and even Shadman some level of plausible deniability, which they shouldn't have, right? But if we're looking at something that's from so long ago where people had that plausible deniability at the time, I don't think it's fair to conclude that somebody is an actual pedophile, right? If they're saying something for, most likely for shock value, to get attention, right? If that's a clear possible motive, and that was like the style of humor people had at the time, I'm not comfortable labeling somebody as a pedophile. Now, if you want to say that it's wrong that she did that, I wholeheartedly agree. Like, I don't think that it becomes more correct to do, right? It's still just as wrong for the reasoning I listed out, right? It's like, okay, it obfuscates instances of actual, people saying it only half jokingly or only a quarter as a joke. It gives actual creeps and weirdos plausible deniability, and that's the problem. And that's why it's good that our humor has shifted away from that, right? But you have to keep in mind that if the whole point if the entire sense of humor on the internet was literally just, oh yeah, let me just say the thing that has the most shock value, in the context of that, I think it's reasonable to assume, under a more charitable mindset, that, okay, she was doing it because of that and not because she's actually attracted to kids, right? I think that's reasonable. That's dumb. I was around at the time people didn't joke about cranking it to lolly and then buy Shadman art of a child. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too charitable, and maybe this was because growing up I was on like pretty fucked up sides of the internet. I don't know. When I was... That's the thing, is especially from years, I don't know, 2016 to 2018, in my early teen years, it was, I specifically remember the humor that always stood out to me was shock value humor. And that's what everybody did. It didn't fucking matter what it was just say the worst thing you can possibly think of. And maybe I was just surrounding myself with the wrong types of people, and that sort of fucking poisoned my brain at the time, and that's why whenever I look at it through that lens, I'm like, oh, okay, that's not that bad, considering the time period, right? Again, that's me in my early teen years. It could be the case that adults at the time also understood that it was wrong, and that maybe when you're a kid, you don't get it, and maybe there are going to be kids that there are people that are kids today that grow up later, and they're like, they look at something that happened today and they're like, oh, well, this is probably a joke. This was like it was like, no, that was your humor growing up because you were immature, right? But when adults do this, it's different. So that could be the case. I'm not gonna rule that out as a possibility either. I don't know. The other tweets in that same pile are 9/11 jokes, anti-Islam, transphobic tweets, etc. Yeah, and it's like a lot of the people that made those jokes weren't even really like they didn't hate Islamic people. They didn't hate trans people or whatever. Like, if you actually asked them, okay, what's your fucking opinion on this? Like unironically, like, how do you feel about this? And you can get past like the 5,000 layers of irony that people would hide behind at the time. Most people would be more reasonable and be like, well, yeah, obviously it's not good to be transphobic. Like, obviously, trans people are valid, or, oh, I just don't give a shit about this, right? Like, I just don't care about this specific issue. I just like making edgy jokes, right? A lot of people would say shit like that, right? So I don't know why I would apply a different standard to this, considering the fact that I could be wrong on this. Maybe this wasn't an acceptable type of humor on most internet spaces, and maybe as a kid I was being led to very dark places of the internet, and that's possible. I don't know. I thought I was a smart kid, but I guess every kid does, so who knows. She wasn't a kid at the time. Yeah, and that's why I'm not sure, like, because you have to keep in mind, like, okay, obviously my view of humor at that time is going to be what my view of humor was when I was a kid. So that's going to be the lens that I'm looking at it through, and maybe that's why I'm ultra mega charitable, and maybe that's part of the problem, right? Is like if in general, people that are younger are going to look at things through a different lens that allows them to be groomed more easily, right? And maybe that was my frame of reference that I was looking at humor through at the time, right? When I was a kid, and maybe that's part of the problem, right? Again, there are reasons now as an adult that I understand, okay, well, obviously, here's why the humor is wrong, but I don't know if it's because it's something that is culturally recognized as wrong around me, or if it's because I'm just more mature now, and I can't know with any amount of certainty, right? Because I wasn't an adult at the time, right? So I can't have the previous lens of humor through the perspective of an adult, because I was a child back then. So I don't know. My natural instinct / inclination is just be charitable to an extent, at least. I don't know. 99% of that shock humor was just racism and a grape, not gooning to minors. I don't know. I mean, you could be right, but like, I don't know. I saw some of everything. Like, at the time, I was desensitized to everything. Like, if somebody were to say shit like that, it's like, oh, okay, well, they're obviously just saying it to make fun of how absurd it is, right? That was like in a sense, it was the logical extension to that type of humor, right? Am I wrong in saying that? Like, the logical extension is that, yeah, if the whole point of the joke is, wow, that's so fucked up, why would you say that? It's shock humor. The goal is to say the most fucked up thing you can think of, and it's funny because everyone knows it's fucked up, right? I could understand why someone would make that joke. I'm not saying it's right or it's the type of joke that people should make, right? Because it does obfuscate actual instances of that happening. And you could make that argument against overly over-the-top racist jokes and whatnot, and over-the-top rape jokes, right? You could argue, okay, sure, it normalizes it or whatever the fuck, right? But you wouldn't go back in 2016 and say, oh, here's a joke of somebody saying that this really fucked up shit that's like extremely racist, and then hold them retroactively decide that even though it was like a socially acceptable thing to say at the time, they were saying it because they didn't realize that it was bad, but now they wouldn't say that today, holding them to the today's standards, right? I just don't want to be doing that, right? I feel like that would be the logical extension of that. Would it not? Like, I'm not saying that it's right to make those. Now, I will say that it's definitely worse. Okay, there's definitely a certain magnitude of, okay, how bad is the joke, right? Like, for instance, I'd be more. Hell, sometimes I'll make jokes about rape. Okay, it's like it's not because I think it's good. It's just because I think it's funny, right? The funny super. That's the thing though, is okay, if we're judging it based on what's funny, then that's gonna be fucking partially contingent upon what's socially acceptable at the time. I don't fucking know, right? And it's different things are going to be socially acceptable in different places. It's a fucking headache, right? And because it's a fucking headache, that's why I give charitability, right? Did Kris even know what that meant when they said I'm cranking it to... Yeah, I don't know. Pretty sure it was a reply possibly mocking somebody. Yeah, and it happened so long ago that it's like... we don't know what the fucking context of this is, right? Like, yeah, it was fucked up. Yeah, you shouldn't say that. If she were to say that today, you better believe I would be on the fucking front lines, okay? In the fucking trenches, condemning her, saying, I don't fucking care what other people are saying. I don't care what bullshit excuses people are making. I don't care if this quote-unquote gives the right ammo or whatever the fuck, right? Like, if she were to do this today, I would just be like, no, fuck you. I don't care if this gives ammo to the right. This ain't okay. Like, if this is a joke, fucking clarify. Say, yeah, I was joking here so that everybody knows. Okay, it's gonna be one of the few instances where I'm like, you need to add a tone indicator, right? Normally that's fucking cringe, but for something like this, you gotta make sure, right? Gotta make sure they're joking. Shock humor is supposed to be funny. Yeah, but that's the thing, is different things are funny to different people, right? And you could be saying something that's like, that's the thing, is there have been instances where people have said extremely racist shit that's unfunny, but that's like, okay, but they're joking, and they wouldn't say that today, and it's like, okay, do we say, oh, on the based on the standard of whether or not they're funny? No, that's not a good standard either, right? Sometimes, even if you don't want, like, I don't know, sometimes if something is so long ago where it's like, there is reason to believe that this could be a joke, you gotta let some stuff slide. If it happened so fucking long ago, and it's not something they would say today, I feel like, maybe this is a hot take. Finish my comment. You stupid fuck, holy shit. Read 7 fucking words. Wait, which one? Filthy Frank literally made a song about being attracted to Dora the Explorer. IDK, how people forget about this stuff. Yeah, literally. Literally. Holy shit, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. But nobody would say that Joji is a fucking pedophile who's in favor of lolicon, right? Am I dumb? Sorry, maybe I'm too charitable, but like, yeah, no, I feel like I'm being gaslit here when people say that wasn't the style of humor. Filthy Frank was the epitome of humor at the time. And nobody's saying, oh yeah, Joji is a fucking pedophile for making a fucking satirical song, saying that he's fucking sexually attracted to Dora the Explorer, where one of the lyrics is, Dora the Explorer, bitch look good for a 4-year. Like, that was one of the fucking lyrics. But nobody's calling him out because that would be fucking insane. Right? Femyoz is having a tipster moment. This is not a tipster moment. Okay, if you're gonna say that it's implausible that somebody would make a joke about this, then you have to bite the bullet and say that Joji is also a pedophile. Wait, you read the first 7 words, then spurred retard. Wait, which one? The one about that's part of why it's entertaining. Stop saying things like that. This stop you autistic little gremlin. It's cringe. Is it that? Tipster associates with Vosh, so Tipster is a pedophile. Wait, actually, I think I like this line. Wait, actually, I like this line of thought. Oh, that. Yeah. The lolly comment on its own is gross or whatever, but when paired with the I'm sorry, but like, okay, first of all, do we even know for certain that fucking Kris actually bought it? And how do we know for certain that she didn't buy it as part of a fucking meme? Like, oh, but Femyoz, that's too high effort for a meme. Isn't making an entire song dedicated to being sexually attracted to Dora the Explorer also just as fucking high effort? Again, how do you... Oh my god. Look, I just don't want to fucking label somebody as something as serious as that, when nobody would fucking bite the bullet with that either. Femyoz, reread the message about shock humor. You read like the first 5th and went on an unrelated tangent because you not read the whole set. Wait, which one? Shock humor is supposed to be funny because it's situationally ironic in its subversion of universal social ideals. Whether or not it's actually funny is one thing, but it's pretty easy to understand. Yeah, but based on what standard? Based on what standard are you making this determination? How do you know? You could make the argument that because the art is so fucking weird and degenerate, right? That it would be funny to pretend to like it or whatever the fuck, right? Because it seemed to be the general consensus that, like, yeah, the art is fucking nasty or whatever, but because of free speech, because I'm a free speech, Shadman has the right to make this or whatever the fuck, right? That was the general consensus. right? So would it be that far-fetched to say that it would just be an unfunny joke? What is funny about it? I'm not saying it's funny. I'm saying that it could be a joke that's unfunny. Oh my fucking God. I'm not even saying that it's something that ought to be said. I'm not even saying that it's not. I'm not saying that it's okay, or that it's not lolicon or whatever the fuck, or that people should be allowed to fucking buy it without getting any backlash. That's not what I'm saying. I just don't feel like there's sufficient evidence to explicitly state that Kris Tyson is a pedophile, right? Did she do a wrong thing? Yeah. She shouldn't have said that, obviously. Like, no fucking shit. Like, that was a horrible thing to say, if for no other reason than optics reasons, let alone the fucking implications. Yeah, there isn't enough. Okay, so we agree. I'm literally giving you the reason why there's plausible deniability. I'm not saying that there wasn't anything problematic. That was never my proposition, okay? I'm not fucking Tipster, okay? I'm not going to defend Kris Tyson to the death saying that she's completely fucking innocent and that there's no way I could, like, there's no way that's lolicon. I mean, it is because, like, now we know that Shadman, all this stuff came out about Shadman, but, like, I mean, it's not intuitive. It's like, no, bitch. It's intuitively obvious, right? But again, that's not enough to say definitively that Kris Tyson is a pedophile, right? That's the main dilemma. That's all I'm saying, is that, like, there's just not enough evidence to levy something as serious as that. Didn't say it was funny. I said it was intended to be funny. The way it is supposed to be funny is situational irony, a very common comedic device. I don't think it's funny. Yeah. Okay, so you agree with me then, right? Where, like, sometimes people just are bad at comedy, right? Like, you would agree with that. Like, I think we're on the same page here. If this, I hope this doesn't come across as Kris Tyson did nothing wrong, right? What I'm trying to say here is, it's not enough to say that she's a pedo. I don't think her career should be ruined over it. I think it was wrong, but it's also so long ago that I just don't give a shit. Like, yeah, it's wrong, but I don't have reason to believe she would do this today. And yeah, you can bring it up as something that she did wrong. And yeah, you can use it as an argument against Tipster specifically, because he still seems to have this terrible defense of her. My only defense of her is, it's not enough to say she's a pedophile. Not that there's nothing wrong with it, or that she's completely innocent either. I don't know. I just feel like a lot of times when it comes to this specific discussion, people just forget about nuance. It's like I'll say, like, oh, okay, like, this isn't enough reason to believe definitively that somebody's a pedo. And then it's like, oh, Femyoz, you're defending lolicon? What are you, Tipster? It's like, no, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying that we don't know if this was Kris Tyson saying a really unfunny joke, or if she was actually into lolicon. We just don't know. Again, it's not to say that she wasn't in the wrong. I don't find this funny would imply this, parentheses, most likely isn't a joke, because people can make jokes only they find funny, not strong reasoning. Yeah. Okay, so we agree. Sorry, I misinterpreted it. Okay, I can see why you were getting annoyed at me only reading part of it. Look, sometimes I read part of a message and then I forget to read the rest of it, okay? Kris did buy it. Okay, let's say that she bought it. Okay, yeah, that's obviously wrong. You shouldn't be supporting a fucking lolicon artist, right? But why did she buy it? Was it a high-effort fucking shitpost where the joke is like, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous and absurd that somebody would buy it? Like the same way that Joji did a fucking high-effort fucking shitpost saying that he was attracted to Dora the Explorer, who's canonically 4 years old, and that was like the whole fucking point of the song? Or does that mean that he's a lolicon? It's like the main difference there is that Filthy Frank was actually fucking funny. But again, that shouldn't be the symmetry breaker, right? People can make jokes that aren't funny and that don't land and that sometimes people don't even get. But there's enough reason to assume that it was a really fucking bad joke, right? Like, it's one thing to write a very obviously ironic song about how hot Dora the Explorer is. It's another to buy art of a child being sexual. I agree. And that's why I would say that one thing is immoral and the other isn't, right? I wouldn't say that what Joji did consequentially was wrong because everybody knew it was a fucking joke, right? Consequentially, what Kris Tyson did was very bad, right? but there's still some small level, even if it's a small level of plausible deniability, right? There's still enough for me to say, okay, there's a reasonable doubt here. I'm not going to say she's a pedophile, right? That's a bit of a leap, right? You can say it was wrong and shitty and something she shouldn't have done. I will agree with all of that. You could even say that it looks bad and that it's bad optics, and I would also agree with that. But to say she's a flat out pedo, come on. Here's actually a great example. Is Mr. Girl a pedo? Yes. He doubled down and said that there was no fucking irony in the pedophilic shit he was saying. Like, yeah, he'll make jokes about it sometimes, but he literally said, like, his Cuties review wasn't ironic, and when people asked him about it, he doubled down and said, yeah, no, there was, like, no irony. Like, I meant every word that I said, right? I think that that's a little bit different, right? It is implausible to say that it's entirely a joke on his end. It's not, because we have more material to work with too. But again, when it comes to fucking Kris Tyson, there's more plausible deniability. There's enough to say there's a reasonable doubt. There's not a reasonable doubt with Mr. Girl. If tomorrow he said, I played you all, it was all dark humor, would that change anything? No, because it would be fucking obvious that he was trying to fucking bullshit his way out of being fucking ostracized from YouTube and in general. Like, obviously you would know he's bullshitting, right? But that's because he has such a consistent track record of acting like a pedophile, admitting to being a pedophile, etc. It's not just like a one-off instance of making an edgy joke. Like, if that's the only thing he talks about and he constantly talks about how attracted he is to fucking children, that's a lot different from Kris Tyson saying, like, one bad thing about lolicon where it's like, yeah, that's bad. I don't fucking defend that. That's not okay. But at the same time, there's some level of plausible deniability there. Even if it's a bit in that gray area where you don't know either way, you go with the more charitable interpretation, right? Even if it looks bad, right? When it comes to Mr. Girl, he's lost all there are no charitable explanations for him anymore that are plausible. There's no defense of him that's plausible, right? Again, you can condemn an individual action of somebody and say, yeah, this is fucked up. You should not have said, I get that maybe you were joking, but like, this is fucked up, right? This ain't okay, right? You can say that without immediately labeling somebody as a pedo, right? I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like there has to be like a consistent pattern of behavior. And I feel like 2 examples is what? Of something where it's like, this could be a joke, right? Like if Mr. Girl only said 2 things that might or might not be a joke, where it's like, yeah, this is unfunny, but like it could be a joke, I wouldn't be labeling him as a pedo, right? But there's like a very consistent pattern of behavior of him explicitly not joking about shit, right? Which I think is a lot different from somebody like Kris Tyson, where it's like, oh, there's 2 data points of things that might be jokes, that might not be. We don't know, right? Sorry, I'm not going to be charitable to these people anymore. I can't say for sure if Kris is a pedo, but they're a fucking creep. Look, I'd be more willing to accept that. I'd be willing to say, yeah, they're a fucking creep, okay? I just feel like if they are okay enough with Lolly to do that, even if that's for a joke, like, that's still fucked up, right? Like, you shouldn't be buying shit from a fucking known lolicon artist and financially supporting them. Like, obviously that's fucked up and something that I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, that was okay, right? Now, what I will say is, okay, that was fucked up, but it was a long time ago, so I'm not gonna care that much, because I don't think it's like anything as serious as definitive proof that Kris Tyson is a big PDF file, but it's something that to definitely keep in mind, and it's definitely a reason to view Kris Tyson as somebody that's walking on thin ice, right? So if it's the case that she does one more fucking thing that's even remotely bad in the same ballpark as that, it's like, I'm gonna be a whole lot less charitable, right? because it's like, then we have context of, oh, this is not one little fuck up, right? This is a recurring pattern, right? And once you end up with a recurring pattern with somebody like Mr. Girl, it stops being a one-off, like, oh, this might have been a joke tee-hee type of thing, right? It becomes like more of like oh shit, like this person is fucked in the head, right? But I don't know, and maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just too charitable or whatever. But again, preponderance of evidence is not enough. So even if it's more likely the case that Kris is a pedo than not a pedo, that's still not enough for me to say, yep, Kris is a pedo, right? Because there's still enough likelihood of her not being that, where it's like, I'm not comfortable calling her that. Now, if you want to say, okay, she's a bit of a fucking creep for going that far, even if it's for a joke, you know, we don't know for certain, I can agree with that. I can get behind that, right? I just don't want to be the ultimate concluder, okay? I'm not Vosh, okay? I know that I've made jokes about, okay, I'm going to be like the replacement streamer for Vosh. I'm going to be like Vosh, but better, without the fucking lolicon horse porn folder, okay? And I'm going to do what he does, but better, right? I know I've made that joke, but one of the things I'm genuinely hoping to do better is not be the ultimate fucking concluder. I don't know. Is this whole stream going to be a lolly drama coverage and PDF speculation? I don't know who these people are. I mean, probably not the whole stream. We can move off this topic if you want. It just came up in chat because Tipster is the #1 defender of lolly/lolly adjacent people. Not saying he's a PDF file, by the way. That's not a conclusion I come to, right? You can defend bad things because you're retarded and are trying to push a certain agenda, right? And I believe that's what Tipster does, and I think he's in the wrong for doing that and should be made fun of until he stops doing it. But I wouldn't call him a pedo, right? Mr. Girl's beats slap, though. This is true. I guess that the only evidence of him not being a pedo is his beats do kind of slap, which I guess deducts negative points on the like it deducts pedophile points, okay? As in it makes him slightly less of a pedophile, because, you know, if you're gonna be a fucking disgusting subhuman freak, at least be funny, at least be entertaining, right? That's my view on it, okay? So like, even though for instance, I would put Mr. Girl way further on like the pedophile spectrum of like being a definitive pedophile than say for instance Tipster. I don't think Tipster is a pedophile, but I do think that Tipster is also like more annoying and unfunny than Mr. Girl. So like he loses points in that regard, if that makes sense. You know, it's maybe that's not the best way of measuring people. I say that mostly jokingly, but there is some truth to that too, though. Like where people will let people off the hook way more fucking easily if they're like funny or whatever, even if all of the evidence is stacked against them. Like, people will be overly charitable. Hell, this has been something that I've been guilty of, is being overly charitable to Vosh. Not too much. I just needed to see evidence, right? But even then, I'm like, okay, but like, what if he didn't know? It was like I needed proof beyond a reasonable doubt. It was like almost 100% certainty type of proof. Not 100%, but you get the point, right? He looks like a pedo, so minus points. This is true. Also, hello, Disco. Welcome to the stream. Look, the fact of the matter is, sometimes people are willing to look past stuff that they shouldn't. Cough, cough, Tipster. Cough, cough. Cough, cough. Even myself, I've looked past stuff that I shouldn't have. Right? That's something that everybody is going to be guilty of. I don't think it's fair to say that because somebody looks past something that they shouldn't, because they're biased, that makes them a bad person necessarily. It's just a bias you want to keep in check, right? Like, I don't know. And this is something where it's like, there are going to be biases that are caused by by other people's biases. Like, for instance, a lot of people don't really care about the lolicon lyric stuff because it seems to be the case that people are biased in favor of him. Commentary people don't hold him accountable, right? I'm one of the few people that has. So people are, by default, way more charitable to him, even though there's way more evidence against him than people would like to let on, right? That's why I did a fucking 6-hour stream about him, saying, why are we letting him off the hook, right? Whereas it seemed to be the case that people are already talking about the Kris Tyson stuff, right? So it's like, okay, fuck it, whatever. I don't care as much. People have already held him accountable, right? And maybe that's like me being contrarian. A part of it is, I think that everybody needs to be held accountable, right? So it's like, if it's the case that somebody that did a fucked up thing isn't being held accountable, I want them to be held accountable. If somebody's being held accountable already, it's like, what am I gonna do? Reiterate the fucking popular opinion? I mean, yeah, I could do that, but that's not fun. Also, Boblax might be looking at your lyrics stream. I pointed him to it because he didn't know much about the lyrics lolly shit. Based, let's go. Let's go. I think more people should know about it, right? At least you have a standard of evidence. Most people seem to have a guilty until proven innocent approach. Yeah, literally. Right? Like, when it came to the lyric stuff, like, off stream, I looked into it. And even though I went really fucking hard against lyrics, the main reason I did that is because, I think that not enough people have talked about it. It's like, this is disgusting, and this can't go unchecked. We can't just fucking ignore this. That the commentary community ought to not fucking ignore this while calling out other people for way fucking less. So that was one of the reasons. Is part of it was an annoyance with letting people off the hook way too fucking easily. It's literally the same shit that Tipster does. It's literally just commentary people letting them off the hook because they like lyrics. So that's why they do that. The same way that fucking Tipster does that shit when it comes to Keffels, or when it comes to Kris Tyson, or when it comes to Vosh, or when it comes to whoever the fuck retard he's defending that day, right? They're literally just doing the same thing as Tipster, right? But they're doing it for somebody else, right? And that fucking pisses me off, right? So that's why I covered that, right? It's not to say that lyrics is worse than other people necessarily, right? I said my piece. I said, lyrics, you gotta get fucking therapy for this shit. This ain't normal, right? This whole lolly stuff, you gotta stop, right? This is clearly lolly. It's unambiguous. You got some weird fucking tendencies. And I even clarified later on in the stream, I don't think his entire career should be ruined. I just think he should be held to account. I think he should seek therapy, right? And I'm being dead ass when I say that. I don't think it's irredeemable. Oh, he liked Lolicon on Twitter. That's fucked up. Yeah. Oh, he watched a Lolicon anime. Not okay. Not acceptable. Not something to be looked past. But I don't think his life should be ruined over it. I think that people ought to be given second chances as well. And I make that clear. I don't think it's something where this happened this many years ago. So, and here's the thing, right? The reason I say that is not to downplay it by any means. It is to create an incentive structure for these people to take accountability instead of lying. If it's the case that them telling the truth harms them, and it's better if they just lie and ignore it and sweep it under the rug for their career, that's not going to do anything. That's just going to make the problem worse, right? So that's why I explicitly state, I think they need to be held to account. I think this should damage their reputation permanently. It should hurt their career, but it shouldn't end their career. And I make that distinction very fucking clear, right? I think the fact that Lyrics is the type of guy to condemn other people for their goonery, he should hold himself to a higher standard. Oh yeah, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. The same way that I hold myself to a fucking higher standard as well, right? Like, for instance, if it was the case that, I'm trying to think, what is something that I constantly repeat? Innocent until proven guilty. If it's the case that I am condemning somebody without enough evidence, I want my chat to tell me, well, Femyoz, you don't know this. You're being the ultimate concluder, my guy. Why do you conclude that this is true about somebody without doing the same for other people? And part of it could be, granted, part of it could be, well, this is the standard they hold other people to, so I'm making a point about A, their standard being shitty, and B, the fact that I do think generally, yeah, they should be held accountable or whatever the fuck. And it's not that other people in the same situation shouldn't be held accountable, it's just the extent to which the accountability should be held, right? So that could be part of it. Another part of it could be I'm genuinely in the wrong for holding people to too high of a standard or not having enough evidence, right? So, like, for instance, if people in my chat for the lyric stream were like, I actually don't think this is enough evidence to say that Lyreoz is, I don't know, a pedophile. It's like, because I was sort of saying that, like, dude, this is pedophile shit, right? Like, dude, you're being a fucking pedophile. I was saying shit like that, and you could argue, okay, maybe you shouldn't say that, and maybe you're right, right? Part of that was I was holding Lyreoz to commentary YouTuber standards simply because other commentary YouTubers won't fucking do it. Another part of it was because I think that if you're into lolicon, there's at least some sort of thing about yourself you need to fucking check, if nothing else. And I feel like that's a way of saying it that's very clear cut. And lastly, Lyreoz would call somebody else with that evidence against them a pedophile, right? The same way. So again, it's not that I think that commentary YouTuber standards or that his standards are necessarily right, but if you're going to hold other people to certain standards, you ought to be held to them as well, first of all. And secondly, you shouldn't be let off the hook regardless. And yeah, that is undeniably lolicon in his liked tweets. It is undeniable the fact that he went out of his way to watch a lolicon anime for 5 hours for, and I kid you not, this was his fucking excuse, research purposes. I fucking kid you not. That was his excuse, right? So he should be held to account, obviously. With that being said, this isn't meant to be a super long stream. I do want to do some research for my next video. Lyreoz would call people pedos over less. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to be ending stream. This was meant to be a short stream. I know it got very derailed. Maybe I add timestamps, maybe I don't. I'm probably going to unlist it. If not, I'll leave it up and change the title and thumbnail to About Tipster, Kris Tyson, and Shadman. Or some shit like that. Research purposes is code for fat material. I mean, that's basically what he was saying. That was his argument. Derail streams are fun. Yeah, no, we derail to like a specific topic, right? And I think that that's okay. At least in my opinion. That's my excuse with the boys when they find my nude. Yeah, like that's the thing is, do you think Cub isn't as bad as, I don't know. I think all of it is bad. Like if it's depicting somebody that's of an age that can't consent, even if you use the fucking bullshit, oh, it's a 9,000-year-old vampire bullshit excuse, right? Like if it